NFL Week 2 picks, let's do it. So game 1, we got the Chargers heading to Kansas City. This is probably going to be the best game of the week, and I'm super pumped for it. Two really good offensive teams, but I think the thing that gives the Chargers the edge is their defense. They did a lot of work to improve this defense in the offseason, so I'm going to go with the Chargers to get the huge road upset victory. We got the Dolphins versus the Ravens. Both these teams got the win week 1. Ravens played the Jets. It wasn't overly impressive, but they did what they needed to do. Dolphins looked really good versus the Patriots. This is a tough game to decide because I kind of like how Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill can play / match up versus Ravens secondary, but I gotta go with Lamar here and the Ravens at home. Next, we got the Jets versus the Browns. The Jets looked absolutely atrocious week 1. The Browns didn't look too great either, but I'm giving them the win at home versus the Jets and Joe Flacco. Next, we got the Commanders at Detroit. Detroit stuck around versus the Eagles in their week 1 game. If the Lions continue to run the ball like they did week 1, I could see them beating the Commanders because the Commanders struggled to beat the Jaguars, honestly. So let me go with the Lions winning their first game of the season, week 2. Next, we got the Colts at the Jaguars. So the Colts obviously tied week 1 with the Texans. So this Jaguars win is anything but guaranteed, especially after they lost to them week 18 last year with the playoffs on the line. But with that being said, I am going to go with the Colts getting the win. I thought Trevor Lawrence would play so much better week 1. He didn't play too great, and I feel like the Colts are going to be in desperation mode, and maybe week 1 was a wake-up call for them. So I'm going to go with the Colts to beat the Jaguars. We got the Buccaneers at the Saints. We know how the Saints have beaten the Buccaneers very often recently. This Buccaneers O-line did not look very good week 1. You could tell they were injured. But this Bucs defense did look really good, and I think they can get a ton of sacks versus the Saints O-line. So I am going to give the Bucs a win. I think it's going to be a very, very low-scoring game, but yes, give me the Bucs beating the Saints. Next, we got the Panthers at the Giants. Giants had the big upset week 1. They actually had the opposite thing happen to them than the Panthers. The Panthers were playing the Browns, and the Browns hit that crazy walk-off field goal. The Giants had the possible walk-off field goal to force them to lose get missed, so the Giants ended up winning. I like the Giants at home here. I feel like they have some swagger now after that win. Saquon Barkley looked better than Christian McCaffrey week 1. Both these guys coming back from injury. So give me the Giants here at home week 2. I want to thank Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring today's video. You guys know I'm playing all my fantasy football on Underdog this year, but guess what? They don't just have fantasy football. They have pick'ems too. So for Thursday Night Football, I'm going to go with the higher on Justin Herbert passing yards. I'm also going to go with the higher on Patrick Mahomes passing yards, higher than 305.5. I'm going to go with the lower here on Travis Kelce receptions. I think Derwin James is going to help slow him down. So if I want to put this in without insurance, I could do $10 and that payout would be $60. But if I want to go with insurance, all I have to do is get 2 of these predictions correct and I will win my payout, which will be lower though. It will be $30. So let's say I want to do this with insurance. I hit submit here, and boom, my pick'em entry is submitted for $30 prize, and that's my pick'em entry. Make sure you guys sign up for Underdog Fantasy using my promo code SheGotSports because they'll match your first deposit up to $100. So if you deposit $20, there'll actually be $40 in your account. That's promo code SheGotSports. Next game we got here is Patriots at Steelers. The Patriots offense looked absolutely atrocious week 1. The Steelers defense looked pretty good. They forced Joey B to throw a ton of picks. Even without TJ Watt out there, I'm going with the Steelers. We got the Falcons heading to LA to play the Rams. Rams looked really bad week 1. Falcons blew a lead. Are the Rams going to fall to 0-2? Could they possibly do that? I mean, maybe. Even though the Falcons blew a lead, they looked better than I was expecting. But I just don't see the Rams starting out 0-2. I'm going to go with the Rams here, give them the win. But I expect this game to be closer than a lot of people think. Next, we got the NFC West matchup of the Seahawks and the 49ers. A couple weeks ago, this looked like an easy game for the 49ers at home. But the Seahawks just stunned Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football. And I'm kind of all in on the Geno hype train. I don't know. I'm kind of all in on the Geno hype train. Trey Lance didn't look good at all week 1. I know the conditions were bad. I know the field was a slip and slide. But give me the Seahawks here. Let's go crazy. Let's go with the Seahawks. Let's continue on the Geno hype train. Shock the world, Seattle. Bengals at the Cowboys. I mean, I feel like I really don't have to explain this. Got to go with the Bengals here. No Dak Prescott. Bengals had a tough loss week 1. Think they should win this week. Texans at the Broncos. Texans tied week 1 with the Colts, surprising a lot of people. Broncos lost. Could the Broncos start 0-2? Could another team that was supposed to be bad beat them? I don't know. I don't think so because the Broncos are going to be at home. The Texans are going to have to go to Denver. So I'm going to give the Broncos their first win of the season here. Next, we got the Cardinals at the Raiders. Raiders, tough loss week 1. Yes, their offense wasn't looking too good, but I think it will finally start clicking week 2 versus the Cardinals because the Cardinals defense looks absolutely terrible. I think Darren Waller is absolutely going to eat versus this Cardinals defense. Sunday Night Football, we got the Bears at the Packers. 2 weeks ago, if I told you one of these teams would have a win and one of these teams would be winless, you'd be like, yeah, of course, it's the Packers with the win. But no, it's actually the Bears with the win and the Packers with only a loss. Packers are going to be at home. Are they going to bounce back this game? It looked pretty ugly week 1. Yeah, I'm going to go with them bouncing back. Like, I do think the Bears are going to make this competitive, though. I do think the Bears are going to make this interesting. I'm going to go with the Packers, but I think the Bears are going to make this interesting because Aaron Rodgers does look frustrated. Monday night, we got 2 games. The first game we got is Titans at Bills. I'm going with the Bills here. Just very obviously going with the Bills here. Titans did not look good week 1. I think the Bills are absolutely going to crush them. Last game of the week is actually going to be a really good one. Vikings at Eagles. These teams both played really, really well week 1, but I don't know if this Vikings offense is going to be slowed down at all by this Eagles defense. I mean, this Eagles defense didn't look too great versus this Lions offense. I mean, with the performance Justin Jefferson just had, is Darius Slay really going to be able to lock down Justin Jefferson? But then on the other side, is the Vikings secondary going to be able to lock down A.J. Brown? I think this should be a high-scoring game, but I'm going to go with the Vikings. So that is it for my picks this week, guys. Appreciate you watching until the end. Peace.